Doppler effect. Generally, the frequency of a sound doesn't change for any reason because it's the characteristic identity of the sound. There is one reason for the apparent frequency of sound to change, that is the relative motion between the source and the observer. If the source is moving with respect to the observer, then the frequency observed by the observer could be changed. This is described under Doppler effect. You have this experience in your day-to-day life also. When a vehicle sounding its horn passes by you, the tone you hear changes. That is due to actually the Doppler effect. When the source is coming towards you, the intensity of sound is increasing, so the loudness of sound is increasing, and also the pitch is increasing. And similarly, when the vehicle passes by you, the pitch you hear is decreasing, and also the intensity or the loudness also decreasing. If we consider the sound source as a point source which emits the sound equally in every direction, then sound pulses are propagated spherically, centering the source. Now, two-dimensionally, we can show this by circles. So actually, you can think of ripples in water. When you disturb the calm water at a one point, then ripples are propagating as circles centering the source or the point where you disturbed. This is a sound source, a moving sound source, and here there is an observer. Now when the source start moving, then you can see all the wavefronts are spreading, keeping the center at the point where the pulse is generated. Then pulses in the front side will be closer and pulses in the back side will be apart. Then observer will observe low wavelength when he is in front of the source, and when the source go past the observer, then he will observe longer wavelength. As a result, he will observe low frequency. Now we can demonstrate Doppler effect in the ripple tank using a vibrating pin which is moving. Now you can see clearly when the pin is moving, wavelength in front of the pin become less and wavelength behind the pin become greater. As a result, frequency observed in front of the pin become higher frequency, and frequency observed behind the pin become lower frequency. Actually, if you think of the frequency observed by an observer at an inclined position somewhere here, then he also will receive a different frequency, observe a different frequency. But in this case, we will not consider that type of Doppler effect. We consider situations where observer and source are moving on the same line, or observer and source are moving along the line. Now consider this situation where we have a stationary source of frequency f0 and stationary observer, and these are wave fronts. Now if you consider 1 second after first wave pulse is received by the observer, first wave front travels v distance and the observer receive f naught number of wave fronts. That is how he say the frequency of the source is f naught. The number of wave fronts received by the observer per second is the frequency observed by the observer. Consider a situation where the observer is running towards the source. So now if the speed of the observer is u naught, again if we consider 1 second, now the observer receives this much of wave fronts, that is f naught number of wave fronts plus wave fronts spread in u naught distance. Altogether he receives wave fronts which are spread in v plus u naught distance. Distance between two wave fronts is lambda. The number of wave fronts in v plus u naught distance is v plus u naught over lambda. Now we can replace lambda from this, that is lambda equals v over f. So if you replace this lambda by v over f naught, you will end up with this relation. This is the relationship for the frequency observed by the observer when he is moving towards stationary source. Now let's consider the situation where observer is running away from the stationary source. Now in this case observer has run with the velocity u naught. If you consider 1 second again, he is u naught away from the starting position. Now in 1 second, this is the distance traveled by wave fronts. So these wave fronts have not been received by the observer. He has actually received wave fronts only in this distance. Okay, what is that distance? V minus u naught. So distance between any two wave front is lambda. Number of wave fronts in v minus u naught distance will be v minus u naught over lambda. Then that is the frequency observed by the observer. Now we can replace lambda by this one, that is lambda is v over f naught. So we have finally f is v minus u over v into f naught. That is the observed frequency when the observer is moving away from the stationary source. Now consider this situation where the observer is stationary and source is moving. Now again we have the same source as we considered earlier, frequency f naught. If you consider 1 second, the first wave front emitted by the source will be v distance. Then f naught number of wave fronts will be spread in this v distance. The source start moving towards the observer with us velocity. We are considering 1 second. Therefore, in 1 second it will emit f naught number of wave fronts. When this wave front was emitted, source was here at the starting position. Therefore, in 1 second it has displaced by v meters, and lastmost wave front is emitted when the source is here. Therefore, f naught number of wave fronts are now in this distance, that is v minus us. We think of the wavelength observed by the observer, because in this case it is little bit hard to consider the number of wave fronts observed by the observer in 1 second. So let's consider the wavelength observed by the observer, because by observing the wavelength he can apply v equals f lambda and find the frequency. If you consider this situation, if the observer observed the distance between two consecutive wave fronts is lambda, then he apply v equals f lambda, and then f naught is v over lambda. Now in the second situation, there are f naught number of wave fronts in v minus us distance. Therefore lambda will be, I will take this as lambda dash. So lambda dash will be v minus us over f naught. Now if he apply v equals f lambda, then the observed frequency will be v over lambda dash. If you replace lambda dash in this relation, you will end up with f equals v over v minus us into f naught. So this is the frequency observed by the observer when the source is moving towards the stationary observer. Now consider the situation where the source is moving away from the stationary observer. Again, the velocity of the source is us. Now consider this situation again. If you try to find the frequency using the wavelength, if the wavelength is lambda, observed frequency will be v over lambda. That is the real frequency of the source. Now, when the source is start moving away from the observer, first wavefront will be sent from this position. Therefore, it will move v distance in 1 second, so it will be here as usual. But the last wavefront is emitted at this position, which is us away from the starting position. There will be f naught number of wavefronts now in v plus us distance. Therefore, in this situation, the wavelength lambda dash will be v plus us over f naught. Now, if this observer wants to find the frequency using v equals f lambda, observed frequency will be v over lambda dash, and replacing lambda dash from this, you will have this relation. This is the frequency observed by the observer. The source is moving away from the stationary observer.